That's what I know. Yeah, but I think it was quite a ways away. Yeah. Hello? Unfortunately, my phone worked out there for a minute, and I had to come in and make a phone call. What service is that? Huh? What service do you use? Verizon.
Hey, Briggy's here.
Yeah, Dan got
Hey, Adam.
Okay. So I just need to get something in writing.
Hey, Adam.
So.
Hey, Gary.
The minutes when they're approved today.
Can you guys hear me? Dan got here?
Yeah, Dan.
I can hear you on the phone.
10%? Going up?
It was 10, it's now 20.
Okay.
Yep. And otherwise everything's about identical.
Okay.
What did you do?
I don't know.
I need to be here then. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Other than getting older.
Yeah, that's probably all of it in a lump sum right there.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning, Cheryl.
Here, sit here. I don't know if you were coming down or via Zoom or.
No Zoom.
Because apparently people can't hear me, so.
You came in clear after they
Well,
mentioned it last time. It was at first.
Maybe it's the way, do you turn your head or something when you talk, because it seems like, I don't know, the sound goes all wonky.
No, I try not to.
Okay. I don't know what it is with the digital age. They sure screwed up television, I'll tell you. Before I could get it, even if it was a little snowy, I could always hear it. And
Yeah.
now
I can't get it at all.
when you get it and something goes goofy, you get all that digital noise. That's
It's ridiculous.
yeah. But they made it better.
Sure. Just gonna be the three of us.
In here.
Fantastic.
Oh. What, Craig and Carolyn?
Carolyn not going to be around today?
I thought she was going to appear via Zoom, and I think Craig's in the small courtroom to appear via Zoom.
Wow, we're taking it serious.
There's about 12 feet between the two of us, right? Oh, Lord. God help us.
Okay.
There's Carolyn.
Morning, Craig.
Can you see me?
I sure can.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Coming through loud and clear.
Very good. I'm going to turn my volume up here. All right. So I know we've got a few people doing some zooming in. I think 4 of us are. I just chose the same thing. My wife's got a compromised situation, so I'm going to try to stay away from as many people as possible. So, Trina, can you hear? Is that Trina?
No, it's Stephanie.
Steph, hey, you want to sit at the table so the microphone picks you up better?
All right. Just sprawled on my stuff.
I think it'd be better. Sorry. And everybody give me 1 second because I got to grab my, well, I guess I could grab my agenda offline here. All right.
Morning, Jennifer.
Good morning.
All right, do we have Adam? Do we have everybody here?
Yep.
All right, Dan, are you here?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, so we'll get the meeting started. Gary, we want to open in with invocation?
Yes. Dear gracious God, we thank you for this day. We understand you're in control of all things. We thank you that you keep us in your graces and in our lives, and nothing happens before you ordain it. And we thank you for the privilege of being able to gather here and do that which you've ordained, which is government. We ask that you give us wisdom as we conduct the county's business. In Christ Jesus' name, amen.
Good, thank you. All right, we have the pledge. We've never done a pledge on Zoom before, but I guess I'll begin it. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
United States of
to the
America.
republic for which it
The republic
stands,
for which it
one
stands,
nation,
one nation
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty and
liberty
justice
and
for all.
justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Brady,
Here.
Drummond,
Here,
Gothier,
Here.
Fnook,
Yes.
Johnston.
Here. Approve the minutes from the November 18th, 2020 regular meeting, November 25th, 2020 special meeting. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion to approve both sets of minutes as written.
All right, do we have support?
Got your support.
Second. Oh, got
Matthew,
your support.
second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll make, I believe it was one of the criteria earlier. I'm just, if everybody is, there's no objection, we'll make it here. Steph, I know it'll be a little more work for you. We'll make all votes roll call.
Drummond,
yes,
Brady,
Yes.
Fnook,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Gothier.
Yes.
All right, public comment, limit 3 minutes per person. Do we have anybody from the public who wants to comment? All right, hearing none.
I'm sorry, Craig. I just wanted to let the county know that the courts have been ordered to roll back to phase 1 in our return to full capacity plan. It doesn't look very much different than what we were doing at phase 2, other than we are to try to limit as many people who are working in the court offices as possible. So we are resorting to some remote working at this time. So I can keep you abreast if we have any changes. The change happened Monday morning. We got the directive because the Kona County numbers exceeded 15% positivity rate.
Yeah, I did see that email. So, well, all we can do is hope for things to get better. I see the number has come down. I think yesterday it came down a little bit. So
I'll keep you informed as far as what that progress looks like for us.
thank you, Jennifer.
You're welcome.
Any other public comments? Scott Stevenson, do you have anything?
yes. Yes, I think so. Wait, this, hang on a second.
How about Scott Rice? Scott, do you have anything?
No, I didn't. I thought I did, but I didn't.
Good morning, Craig. No, I don't have anything. We're doing the COVID protocols. We've got some new protocols coming down from the state in regards to low acuity, asymptomatic patients, treat in place, and just keeping our head above water and trying to keep everybody healthy.
Very good. All right. Thanks, Scott. Scott Stevenson, one last call, if you're there. All right, we'll move on. Presentations, we have none. We have no unfinished business. Looks like it's going to be a fairly short meeting here. So anything to add to the agenda? Carolyn, I believe you had a motion you wanted.
Carolyn, you're on mute.
Carolyn's muted. There you go.
Okay now?
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah, you unmuted me, thank you. I sent to all of you a motion regarding the status of the building, open, closed, so on. And I would ask that that be under new business.
All right. No objections. We'll put that on the agenda. Anything else?
Open Zoom.
Oh, I'm gonna try.
And I don't know if finance report got the amended request for change in the total budget for 261, Fund 261, the 911 fund. If they did not, they got one, but we did some additional work yesterday at our board meeting, and we have amended figures on that for the for Adam and Dan to present today, and I will be happy to bring those forward under finance report if that's possible. Jeff is trying to email that to all of you, and it didn't go through for some reason. So, but we do have that, and it's a bottom line change of approximately $17,000.
This for 2020?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Do we need that in the meeting for when you-
If I may bring that forward during the finance committee
new
report,
business?
if they
Okay.
would allow that, it could work just fine as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. Anything else? If not, we'll get started. Claims.
Bear with me here. Motion by Briggy to approve pre-authorized claims, open claims presented for payment between 11/18/2020 and 12/1/2020 for check numbers 142518 to 142601, and e-check numbers 14444. 1444 and 1449 for a grand total of 324,709.35.
Is there support?
Yeah, I'll
Support.
support.
Supported by Gothier. Is there discussion?
I have one question. If you could revise, there are 2 Visa bills that were paid out of a revenue line item. If you could review those and get those corrected, get the corrections to me. It was for the COVID expenses for the courts. I'm asking finance if they could review those and get the corrections to me.
Is that included in the claim?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. We've got a motion and support. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Benoit,
Yes,
Drummond,
Yes,
Johnston,
Yes.
Gothier,
Yes,
Brady.
Yes.
Motion passes. Next item, library board trustee. So we have an opening on the trustee board. You've all gotten your letter. They have a consensus with their board, recommending Barb Bruschi. The new term begins January 1, goes till December 31st of 25.
I would be happy to support Adam's motion to have her continue for 5 years.
I assumed Adam would make that motion.
That feels like nepotism. I don't know, but I'll make the motion. Yes.
It's the right thing to
Support
do.
by Drummond.
All right. Well, it's been moved and supported to have Barb Bruschi serve on the library board as a trustee. Discussion?
I would ask, how many candidates did they interview?
That I do not know. I just read their letter.
Do you know, Dan? Were you at the
No.
meeting?
no, I didn't make the meeting because we were in a long finance meeting that day. So,
That's okay. That's not a problem. I'm wondering what kind of response they had to the ad in the paper.
yeah.
All right. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Gothier,
Yes,
Johnston,
Yes.
Benoit,
Yes.
Brady,
Yes.
Drummond,
Yes. I would ask if we might that within the week or so, that the clerk's office would send a note to Barb thanking her for her term that she did serve and acknowledging to her that she has been reappointed.
We can do that. Also let the board know that I recommended her, the library board.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I figure Dan will.
Okay. Next item. Let's see, get back to my agenda. NMCMHA, which is the mental health. Gary, help me out here. What is that? What are those, an acronym?
It's actually supposed to be NEMCH, Northeast Michigan Community Mental Health Association.
Got it. So Gary has stepped down from that board, and they're looking for another appointment. I think we all got a letter for it.
Mr.
I did
Chairman.
talk with Diane this morning, who's the secretary to the director, and I explained to her that there'd be 2 new board members coming on and could be voted on at the organizational meeting first Wednesday in January. She felt that would not be an issue. Their meeting is not till the 14th, but it would have, whoever fills that seat or is appointed to that seat, they would want the name is that day. So if the clerk could make sure they get that to them that day. There's some background checks that need to go on and others. So it'd be my advice that we wait and let the 2 new members, and there might be an interest expressed at that time.
I concur, Craig.
So hearing nobody else saying anything else, I think we'll let that one lay for now till till your first meeting in 2021. All right, next item. There's no next item other than our business. So we got a motion. What was the first item before your motion? I don't have my pen. I wasn't writing it down. Wasn't there one other item we added to the agenda?
We have to do the closure of the building, and we have to do the 911. Oh, that's for finance. Never mind. The closure of the building was the only one I thought. The other one was for finance.
Got it. So Carolyn, you'd like to talk or have a motion here?
Thank you. I would move to extend the current closure regulations for the Alcona County facilities through Friday, January 8th, 2021.
I'll second that motion for discussion.
Moved and supported. Discussion, Carolyn, you want to talk about what you're...
Well, we just heard from Jennifer. In all due respect, as much as I love Alcona, right now they're not doing too well. I think for the safety of our employees, which is certainly should be paramount in our concerns, plus the safety of those citizens that are coming and utilizing our services. Minimizing contact is that, plus wearing of the masks, distancing, all of those things. I think we're managing relatively okay. I don't want to say well. None of us would acknowledge that we're doing well with the closure, but we are managing. People are accepting it. People are working with it. I think it's the way to go, and I think we're going to see. They've already identified. I've spoken with some medical folks this morning. They already have recognized that the hunting, those who are at hunting camps and things, that's a big part of what's the explosion right now. And the gatherings for Thanksgiving, family's great, but and Craig, you were talking about, a family that was together for another purpose. And I just think it's a smart thing to do. I think we're foolish to not do it. And I strongly urge us to move in this direction.
Any other comments?
Well, contrary to that, I disagree. I think this has controlled us more than And we've given up too many freedoms in it, but that's just my feelings on the subject. And
And
that's all I'm
Gary,
going to
in all due,
contribute.
in all due
It's not for discussion. It's just, that's my comment.
in all due respect, you're sitting there with 2 staff members without a mask. And I just, you know, you and I've had this discussion. I'm sorry. Do I like masks? Heck, no. I don't know that any of us like them. But this isn't about what we like or don't like. This is about keeping people healthy. This is our family. This is our Alcona family. Damn it all, let's take care of them.
So, I mean, I'm more interested in what you were saying. Steph, you want to chime in there? How are things going in the clerk's office? I mean, you were managing.
We are.
So it's functioning. Cheryl, same thing in treasurer?
Yes,
Yep.
yes, we're functioning.
Yep. Yeah, I know. I'm sure it's not ideal, and I have not heard any big complaints from anybody from the public. I think they've gotten used to some of these issues that we have to deal with now. So, when we did it the first time, when we brought it up there a week or two ago, Paramount was, working with the public and making sure they were able to get done what they needed to get done. I think we've been ahead of the curve since the beginning. I think our people have perfected how to work with people, not in person. And I think there's a lot of commendation for that for our people. We've done well. So I appreciate the time, the effort, and the extra work that you guys are doing because of it. But I'll support the motion too. So any other comment? Questions? All right, we'll vote. All those in favor? We'll have a
Roll call.
Johnston,
yes.
Fanook,
Yes. No, I'm sorry. No.
Brady,
Yes.
Drummond,
Yes,
Gothier.
Yes.
thank you all.
All right, that ends new business. Finance report?
Can I ask that you publish this and get the word out to the public for this? Not the last time you made a decision, it was a little bit dicey on information for the public. I asked that you would get this out to maybe the radio stations, put it in the newspaper, get it updated on the website in a timely manner so the public can know what's going on for the month of December.
Sure, I think last time we put it, it was supposed to be put in the paper and on the website. I was in the meeting. I know I asked for that.
It was.
Okay, I thought so. Yep, all right, we can do that. All right. Any other, we don't have any other new business. Finance report, Adam?
Okay, so let's take care of business first. Let's look at the 911 transfer. Carolyn, this has to be done today, correct?
No, it does not have to be done today, but we were, the 911 board approved it yesterday. And it just seems that last meeting of the year, if we're lucky enough to not have to have another meeting until, what would be the 16th, that's great. But I also wanted to make every effort to minimize the amount of business we would have on the 16th, cleanup of various things. And that's why we in particular brought it forward. What it is through taxes, through various other things, they have recognized an increase in the 261 fund in the amount of $17,986. That would, when that is recognized, it provides for a new budget for Fund 261 of $724,886. And the motion we would ask for from finance is that the Fund 261 be amended to a budget total of the $724,886.
So the board has to vote on this because it's changing the revenue line?
Correct. Well, no, it.
Like
no,
normally
because
when you
it's
move money
changing the
around,
bottom- It's
go ahead.
changing the bottom line.
Changing the bottom line.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So is this an increase in revenue?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay,
of 17,000.
okay.
Was there any talk
So-
about this is earmarked for something, or it just
Um,
popped up that
well,
we got additional
we
monies?
have- There were some additional costs that they have, and we have all the line item modifications ready as soon as this is approved.
What was the revenue increase? I think was what Adam was asking. Where'd that come from? Do you know?
Just a second, let me look at this. The real property taxes increase, that was the biggest, it was $15,000.
Okay.
That was the
All right.
biggest one. Community stabilization share tax, there had been nothing budgeted and it was $440. There's another one, the state dispatch training was not budgeted and it was $7,600. So that was the kind of thing that, yeah. So,
All right.
You want to make this motion, Carolyn, or you want finance to do it?
finance can do it.
Okay.
If you're comfortable. do it.
Well, I guess. I mean, I think I have all the
If you're not,
information, so.
If you're not, I'll be happy to make the motion.
All right,
Carolyn,
sounds good.
liaison to that
I'll
board.
support you.
Okay,
Carolyn's gonna make the motion to adjust the 911 board bottom line budget to the amount said there, 17, whatever it was. Second
by Briggy.
986 for a new total of 724,886.
Got it. All right, any other discussion? So just a final nail in the coffin here, if you will. I mean, what did they use the wrong number for property tax at the beginning of the year?
Yeah, probably.
Okay,
It increased by 14,000, so they must have.
probably had an old value. Catch that this year. All right, roll call, please.
Gothier,
Yes,
Panook,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Brady,
Yes.
Drummond.
Yes. Thank you.
Anything else from finance?
Yeah, I wanted to report that I got the CVTRS CIP, the revenue sharing, submitted, and I have an email back from them on the 25th of November. Deadline was the 1st of December. Your CVTRS submission was received. We'll contact you if additional information is needed, and I have not heard anything since. So they have everything they need to keep that going. What else was finance going to talk about? I think that's all I got for now.
All right.
Unless Dan has something he wants to bring up.
and I think just on that, Craig, on that, the line item for 911, it increased with real property taxes. I think the last thing I seen before I went on town is that we're gonna see an increase of what we figured in our general fund also, I think, in our real property taxes, of what we figured in at the beginning of the year. I'm not, I don't have it in front of me, but the last I seen, there was gonna be an increase of what we figured in.
Oh, that's good. All right. Very good. Thank you, Adam, for getting that reporting done. I know the bureaucracy is a wonderful machine to keep lubricated with all those papers. It's wonderful. All right. Next item is, I believe, treasurer's report. No, personnel. report.
Personnel.
You have anything, Carolyn and Gary? We kind of talked a little bit about how the building is functioning. I assume we've had no big issues with on the personnel.
Anyone who comes into the building is being signed in, temperatures being taken, they're being asked the appropriate questions. They are being escorted to the office. Well, the individual office is coming to get them and check them in. I think I'm more than happy to address, if anybody's got any more ideas for how we can make it smoother, we're open.
No, I think we've got it perfected for as good as it can be.
Oh, I don't think it's perfected. But I
Well,
think we're
if you
doing
look at
okay.
some of the other counties and some of the things that are happening in other areas, we're doing pretty well for how we're operating.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah. Anything else for personnel?
I don't believe so.
All right. Treasurer's report.
We have sent out requests to all the departments for revenue, year-end revenue, anticipated revenue, and anything that is outstanding, and asked that to be returned no later than the 18th, so we could address that before the end of the year. I haven't heard from finance since our last meeting, and I was just wondering if they had gotten the information out to the departments. I haven't received one for the year-end expenditures to review the 2020 budget. Was that something that's going to happen in this month or not?
It was on my list of things to do right after I got the CVTRS reporting wrapped up, so I'm working on it right now. I will
Okay.
get it out.
Because after a review of the 2020 budget, there's quite a few items that need to be addressed by the board. And the changes that were made this year with the retirement, I don't know if anyone did like a forecasting for the end of the year, but I did notice that the payments doubled and then for certain departments, and now they've doubled again. Was that the anticipated outcome that you had expected when you made the changes? It's a board question. I'm just asking.
Once again, from a finance standpoint, I have to pull the information up and see what's going on there. I will look into it though.
I think on the retirement, we were waiting for that last payment to come in from MERS in December, so that we could know the exact amount in each line item on that retirement that was over, so we could handle that. But I don't know if that last payment has come in from MERS for December yet or not.
No, I was just curious because generally there's a time frame. So we're looking at the end of the year here, and with the budget the way it is right now, there's quite a few line items that are putting the departments over budget quite a bit. And I didn't know if you had anticipated that, or now I know that you're waiting for the last billing to come in to make those adjustments.
Right. We
Thank you.
anticipated those were going to be over. We were waiting for that last payment to come in, so then we could clean that all up. So hopefully that comes in shortly.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So I'll expect to hear something about a finance meeting upcoming for the budget, possibly.
Sure. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. In the 2021 budget, that you had approved for all the other funds. I know you approved the general fund the week before, and then the other funds last week at the special meeting, or last week. So do you have a prospectus on the information as far as the retirement, or are you waiting till the end of the year for that as well? To make
As far
adjustments?
as what, Cheryl? Again, I'm sorry.
Well, in
The
the discussions we had while we were putting that together, I thought we budgeted for that. We put in extra monies because when we were talking to, I'll look at it again, but I'll check it out again.
The only reason I'm asking is because the last bill that went out in November was double of what the one in September was. And you had made that one change in there to close the other divisions to new hires.
Right.
And I didn't know it, but that impact doubled the payment that we had owed. Is that something that was anticipated? Because that was after you had already adopted the general fund budget. That's all. I'm just curious as to how this is gonna all pan out in the end.
Well, I think we knew that in closing those divisions to new hires, we were going to see once all that information was given to MERS and they did proceed with that closure. We knew there was going to be an increase for our 2021 in MERS because of that, but we didn't know, we don't have the faintest idea what those numbers are until we get them from MERS.
Oh, okay. All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Carol, do you have any to report, or is there anything else?
Yes, I was reporting on information that we need for the year-end closing and trying to gather information so I can get an appropriate information into the general ledger. And that was the year-end revenue request that I put out. And we have year-end things that need to be handled, such as that. And that's, we are collecting taxes. I've heard no updates on the lawsuit. There's been no decisions made in the legislature in regards to the collection process for the case that we're involved in. And we are doing our best. We're selling a ton of dog licenses and collecting taxes.
A ton of dog
And
licenses.
that's all I have.
All righty, thank you. Steph, clerk's report.
I just have one question. For the 911, the indirect cost, the voucher that were received, would finance be preparing one to submit to 911?
For 2020?
Yes.
I thought that was all straightened up with that last. Well, you know what? Call me when. Let's get together after this and address that.
Okay.
Or direct bill that's not been sent, is what you're saying, or? There's a cost allocation bill?
The cost allocation, to my knowledge, is billed for 2020, but there were some questions on the what services that 911 provides for the county to the general fund. So, Stephanie, if you would just if we can, get together, maybe I'll call you this afternoon or whenever you're available. We'll get that buttoned up.
All right, I'll scan this and email it to you so you can see it.
Okay, that'd be good.
Anything else, Steph?
No, that was it.
Very good. Hey, we haven't had any election people talking to us, have we? I just see all this stuff going on across the state. We're all good, right?
We are, thank heavens.
No. All right. Just curious. I know you and I had talked, we use the same software as some of these other counties that have had issues, and wondered if.
It was just that one, just Antrim County, I believe, yeah.
Yeah. All right, just curious. All right, we have communications on here. Medical marijuana operation oversight grant, MGT cost allocation plan, Kalkaska counties wanting to impeach the governor, I see, and FEMA open house invite. So hopefully you've all gotten them, we're able to read through them. All right, committee reports, do we have any?
Are we going to do anything about the medical marijuana?
What would you like to do about it?
Are we going to just let it pass? Or are we going to apply? Or
Well,
what?
so I don't know what that is about. I'm looking on my phone here. Oh, I gotta find it. Bear with me. Is this the one we've always had?
Well, I don't know about always, but we've had it
For
before.
the past 2 years. Hold on. Let me look.
I've seen it, and now I don't see it.
Operations has been assigned to administer public requests. So what has happened in the past, the reason we're on this list is DHD2 is always taking care of this. They operate this on our behalf. And I have not seen anything from Tim at DHD2 yet. So they've submitted it, they've done everything with it.
Right, yep.
I would
I,
check,
I,
yeah.
but don't we have to do kind of the initial signing off or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna,
I may be wrong.
let me talk with Tim LaForce, I think
Okay.
is at DHD too, and I'll have it ready for the next meeting.
Okay,
They usually
that's
just
great.
they complete it and do the whole thing, and then they administer the plan.
I was aware of that, but I thought we had to do an initial acknowledgement or approval or something.
I'll look
I
into it and
came
have it ready for the next
and
meeting.
went to them and,
Because
And
I
then
see
we
the
have to
app.
disperse the money because we receive the money. We're the fiduciary for the grant.
right,
Yep, and we will. So there's an application that'll have to be signed when it's completed, and yep, I know it. This
I
was
think it has to be done before the first of the year, if I recall what I read.
no, it doesn't. I'm going through it right
Oh,
now.
it does not? Okay,
January 1st. It has to be done.
Oh yeah, no later than January 1. I got it. All right, we'll have it ready for the next meeting. Assuming that DHD wants to do it. Now,
right, they don't want to
doesn't wanna
do it, that's whole different, and maybe sheriff's department or somebody has a program they would want to utilize. If somebody wants to use the funds, I would hate to have us miss them.
Sure. Well, it takes a group with some expertise to do it. There's no doubt. I mean,
Agreed.
they've done good job the last 2 years. So I don't know how they did this year. They didn't spend as much money because they didn't do as much training or education.
Well, sure.
So
Hopefully
let me
next year.
get with them and see if they're interested in doing it again.
Okay,
And
thank
I'll
you.
report back. All right. Next item. Oh, that was all communications, public comment. Oh, committee reports. Do we have any committee reports?
The only one that I've had, I don't think I've had a chance to report on, was District Health met. And the only two things I can remember is, other than the coronavirus, was the equine disease. I guess they found some cases in Ogama County.
Equine for what? You mean they've gotten it?
Yeah, they've had a few.
Huh, okay.
Other than that, most of the meeting was about COVID.
Well, that is what it is now. Any other committee reports? Adam?
No.
Dan? Carolyn?
My committees, my boards are running pretty much everything's. The only one thing I would mention from 911, some time ago, I reported to you about a program that was called Rave Mobile. And please, either one of the Scots that may be on, feel free to jump in. At the time, it was a very expensive program, but we're going back to look at it. The price has come down, way down, so I understand. And also, a number of groups around us are getting onto the bandwagon, and there's a strong possibility that would also help to decrease the cost with multiple counties getting involved in the area. What it does is to alert people to a disaster or a situation. You have to put it, correct me, Scott, help me out here. They cited that there was a flood, and I want to say California, but maybe not. And because people had this on their cell phone, they went from 14 people who perished in this flood from there could have been 400 because of the way and the speed with which it came through during the night. But people were alerted through their cell phones of this problem and were able to get to safety. So Scott, do you have anything further you can help inform or share with those on the call?
Carolyn, this is Scott.
Okay,
You hit the nail on the head squarely. We can also use it for daily notifications, road closures, construction. We're going to have that US 23 road improvement in early 2021. We want to keep those businesses open and operating and functioning. We can use it for a multitude of things. We can even use it for first responders within our community, our county, as a communication tool, in addition to Facebook and Twitter and some of the other social media platforms that are out there and available. Iosco County 911 Director, he's very big on it. He thinks it's a great program. Iosco, Aranac, Ogama, and Oscoda counties are all seriously looking at it too. And we could use Homeland Security money that we get on a yearly basis to fund and to pay for this project. So there would be nothing coming out of the general fund. There would be nothing coming out of EMS or 911 to fund this project.
anyway, it came forward again with 911 board meeting, and so I bring it back to your awareness. We don't need to take any action or anything on it, but I wanted to make you all aware that that's possibly in the works for us.
Okay,
That's all I have.
I emailed Tim LaForce there at DHD. They are interested in doing the medical marijuana grant again. So the only other one that I knew that was interested, and I think they brought it up last year, was Catholic Human Services. Mike Matern was kind of asking some questions. So at this point, if the board would be interested, do you want me to reach out to Catholic Human Services and see if they're interested, or stay with DHD? They've got a track record, DHD does. They've been doing enough, so.
I would look forward to having Mike give us what he would do with those funds as well.
All right, I'll send an email to Mike Matern. If I hear back from him, we'll be good.
Thank you.
Okay, where are we at here? Any other committee reports? All right, hearing none. Public comment? Any other public who'd like to speak?
I would like to comment. Just to give an update on the Missy from the Register of Deeds office.
Got it.
Not public.
Oh, well, anyways, I'm sorry. So anyways, I just would like to update you on the Register's office. Building is closed. However, things continue to move along just as usual. The only difference is we are not doing in-person transactions. Everyone seems to be pretty understanding of that, and I know that's a huge inconvenience for the public. So I just wanted to bring you up to date there. And then also to reiterate, Cheryl commented earlier about notifying the public in regards to the building being closed now for another month. I was just upstairs. People are pounding on doors. They're knocking on office windows, even though we have signs on the door that say call for an appointment. So, I mean, I too feel like it's important to try and get the word out as soon as possible on multiple avenues, website, doors, radio stations, in the paper, because it's a huge inconvenience. I mean, I understand it's inconvenient for the public, but it's also a huge disruption for the daily business that people are in their office working on too. So, I mean, most everyone nowadays has cell phones. So I guess I'm not sure why they're having issues and feeling they need to knock on windows. The phone numbers are posted on the door, but anyways, we'll work through it, I'm sure. So things are moving along in the Register's office. Thank you.
All right, thanks. We'll certainly put the word out. I did hear, and Steph, are you going to contact the radio station? Can you do that?
I can.
Okay, because I know they had I think they've already got a canned shutdown wording, because I heard Montmorency's on there a week ago. So I think if we just do that, they'll have it all set and all the wording and everything, and just put Alcona County in it. But Miss Eve, public is public. And even though they know it, they may still come in. Well, they aren't going to knock on your windows. If they do, there's
I know, but I feel bad for the departments that are having to deal with that. It's tough,
Yep.
but it's tough for all of us, so.
Yep. And so are those people who can't, so they come to the door, I guess, is what they would say, and they don't have a phone, so they can't call the number. So now what do they do? Is that really what's happening?
Every day.
Yes, every day, yes.
Okay.
And I guess, I mean, when we put that information out there, even if we suggest, even if they were to call ahead before leaving home, then
Right.
at least, they would have a heads up as to what they would need to do when they do get here.
Yeah, and that was what we really wanted to make sure we got that out. And we write that on the website too, that call ahead. You may be able to take care of everything sitting in your living room and not even have to come to the building. Do that first and don't come unless it's absolutely necessary based on what the person you're talking to can do for you. You might not have to. So. All right, moving on. Thank you, Missy. Commissioners, we got any other public comment? Hearing none. All right. Commissioners, additional comments?
Yeah, I will, Craig.
Oh, go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, this week, my wife let me know when she was coming home Monday that a good friend of ours passed. His name was Senator Tom Casperson. He had lung cancer, was put into hospice for about 2 days before he crossed over. Didn't always see eye to eye with Tom. A lot of us here don't see eye to eye with each other. And understanding the concept that we really aren't guaranteed tomorrow. I guess since the weather was compliant today, and I woke up on the right side of the grass. I would like to say I have enjoyed working here for the last 4 years. I know we all haven't agreed on everything, but nobody's ever acted disagreeable either. And I wanted to extend my thanks for the cooperation between the clerk's office, the treasurer's office, and everybody else I've dealt with. And I wish you all the best for the next year.
All right. Thank you, Gary. Any other commissioners' comments? Tom Casperson he was a great leader. Guy from the UP. I met him a couple times. Practical guy, logger. Used to drive a logging truck and ended up getting into state politics. So, yeah, kind of guys that we need who are practical and not political. So, all right. Anybody else for the good of the meeting? Have anything else to say? Any other comments? So this is kind of almost our first Zoom meeting. We went through everything without doing an official one. Gary, you're the lone holdout there, but I think it went well. Does anybody have any comments on that? This may be the norm going forward for a month or two. So anything we can do better, let us know. Make comments. Very good. Hearing nothing, meeting adjourned. And we'll see everybody at our next meeting, December 16th. Thank you. Somebody grab hit the mic on the table before you walk out the door. Perfect. Thank you.